discuss issues about this thing called life. Paano nga ba magpalaki ng anak ng mag-isa? Paano nga ba maging solo parent? In this episode, we will hear from two very beautiful ladies and we welcome them to Buhay Parang Life, Miss Emelyn Pring and Miss Mitzi Tuason. Hello, Emelyn and Mitzi.
Hello, good afternoon.
Welcome to the show. So, Emelyn and Mitzi, for our viewers, describe the circumstances around your pregnancy. Sino ba yung boyfriend nyo noon? Ilang taon kayo? Ano ang ginagawa nyo? Were you in school or were you already working? Sige, let's go first, okay. Emelyn.
Alright. Paano ba to? Medyo matagal na eh.
Ilang taon na ang anak mo, Emelyn? Ilang taon na?
Oh, he's already 33 years old.
33. So how old were you when you conceived him?
I was, naku, mahuhuli yung edad ko.
Medyo public ito, 180,000 subscribers.
I was 27 going 28.
So you were quite mature. So I'm thinking, yes. Nagtatrabaho ka na?
Yes, I was a working student pa naman din.
Okay.
But during that time, I was working. Pero, nung malaman ko na I was pregnant, I was jobless.
You were
Jobless. So
jobless, okay. Yes, At sino ang boyfriend mo that time?
Paano ko ba sasabihin yun? Kasi kinalimutan ko na yun eh. Anyway, kasama ko siya sa trabaho before.
Okay, so co-worker.
Yeah, co-worker. And then, I was looking for a job. I was interviewed, and was accepted already. But you have to go through the annual, the physical checkup, right?
Yes, yes.
So I went for that. And then when I went there, talagang parang sabi ko, parang somebody is with me during that time eh. Kasi when I went for the physical exam, nag-brown out.
Mm-hmm.
Nung nag-brown out,
doon sa building.
Okay.
Sa
building nung
medical facility.
Medical facility. And nung nag-brown out, I was the next one for X-ray. Test X-ray ba? Okay. So sabi ganyan nung nurse, ma'am, kasi brown out, wala yung machine, ganyan. So unahin na lang muna natin yung iba. So nag-urinalysis, ganyan. So yun. Pagdating nung nagkailaw na, nilapitan ako nung receptionist. Sabi, ma'am, sabi niya, lumabas na yung result, sabi niya, ng urinalysis ko. And then sabi niya, ang dating sa akin was questioning me, pregnant po kayo? Parang ganon.
Okay.
Kaya sagot ko, ha? Sabi niya, ma'am, hindi, sinasabi ko pong pregnant po kayo.
Oh, so was that a shock or a surprise to you?
Yes, it was a shock entirely. Kasi hindi ko naman din alam. Because my menstrual period was really normal naman, and I never skipped. Yung pala, the previous month, parang konti lang siya, not the usual flow. There's the usual flow, but it was shortened. Usually kasi it will take me 5 days. But during that time, parang 3 days lang.
So that was already the start of the pregnancy.
Yes,
looking
but
back.
I didn't know. Yeah, looking back.
Thank you, Emelyn. What about you, Mitzi?
Hello.
Ilang taon na nga ang anak mo, Mitzi, si Michael?
31.
31. Were you working or in university at that time?
Nakalimutan yung age sa anak. Okay. I had my son Michael. I was still in college. So ako yung traditional na teenage pregnancy.
Were you like 17 or 18?
I was 17.
17, okay.
I was 17 but I turned 18 before I gave birth to him. So nung nagdidubo ako, buntis na pala ako.
Was he your classmate? Schoolmate?
Yeah, he was my batchmate, and he was actually my escort in my cotillion in my debut. And yeah,
so mag-boyfriend kayo?
Yeah, we were together, and I had him at a very young age. I had to stop school for a year to have my son. So trimester kasi dasal, no? So I skipped the first 2 semesters of my sophomore year. So initially, syempre during that time, this was in the late 80s, no? So during that time, medyo hide ka pa. diba? Because you didn't want to be scandalized. So, so when I took my leave of absence, people were saying, "What happened to Mitzi?" I go, my friends were saying, she got sick. She got sick lang, diba? So
Okay.
things changed when my son came out. So when I went back to school and they asked me, "What happened to you?" Alam mo naman na nagchichismis lang sila, no? So diretsahan ako, I gave birth.
So Mitzi, anong nalaman mo nyo ng boyfriend mo that you were pregnant? Anong sabi niya? Anong sabi mo?
Oh, it was summer. It was summer vacation at that time.
So hindi kayo nagkikita regularly?
He was actually, he visited his parents who was stationed sa Japan, no, at the time. So he was there. So long distance, wala pang cellphone. Long distance. So
All right.
syempre, momentary, we were both shocked, no. Of course, we didn't know what to do. But at that time, I already knew that whatever happens, whether he would accept it or not, I would continue with the pregnancy. No? So the next step was, of course, telling my parents. Diba?
Okay.
Yun yung hardest.
So those were the first thoughts in your mind. You will continue with the pregnancy. So
whether or not, yeah.
What about you, Emelyn? What were the first thoughts in your mind nung nalaman, yung sinabi sa'yo nung nurse na, "Ma'am, you are pregnant"?
Mixed emotions, no? Pero at the end of that day, I said, no, I will not tawag dito. I will not abort it. I will continue the pregnancy and give birth. Though I didn't know what my parents would say.
So you did not think of abortion at all. But sometimes it happens na may nagsasuggest. Was there among your circle of friends na wala pa yan, dugo pa lang yan, ang karir mo o hindi ka pa kakasalan? So may mga ganun bang suggestion?
Yeah, meron.
Anong sagot mo?
Ako sabi ko, I made a mistake once. I don't want to make another mistake.
Mitzi, ikaw sa university, mga kaklase mo noon.
Yeah,
I'm sure may sinabihan ka, although you took a break, may mga sinabihan ka na I have a baby.
Yeah, my immediate clique, no, or my immediate friends. There's some who said, parang it's not yet time. Baka gusto.
Right.
Yeah. In fact, even my partner at that time, medyo parang naisip din. What do you think? Parang,
he brought up the idea.
Yeah, but it was just for a split second. Siguro he was testing how would I react to it. No?
Okay.
Yan. So I said no. But you were doing things na parang bahala na. If it will continue, it will continue. No? So parang medyo nag-exercise ka ng konti. Baka to make sure na talagang totoo ba to?
So may mga ganong moments sa parang, baka pag nag-exercise ako, baka naman hindi totoo. Paano mo pa nalaman? Was it through a pregnancy test or just because you were feeling differently?
My period was delayed. So
we
went to the doctor na pina-check na namin. Kasama ko pa yung mother ko. No,
kasama mo yung mommy mo when you had yourself checked?
Yeah.
Anong sabi niya?
I told her, syempre quiet lang siya the whole time. And then when it was confirmed, she never got angry at me. All she said was, I'm hurt. Mas masakit yun eh. No? Sabi niya, you hurt me. No? Yun lang.
So ano yung thoughts niyo
dalawa? Buti pa magalit eh, no? Pero you hurt me. Okay, sige.
You hurt me. Anong sabi mo? Sorry, ma'am.
Yeah, sorry. What else can I say? Diba? Raging hormones.
So, pregnancy can be a difficult time for a woman and then also giving birth. Who was with you? Or how was your pregnancy? At sinong kasama mo nung nanganak ka? Sige, Mitzi.
Okay. Sure. Well, if I can go back first, Rita, no, nung time na I told you the most difficult part was telling my parents, no. So mom was with me. My next hurdle was my father. I'm the only daughter of my dad, no. So youngest pa. So the difficult part was telling him, and when I did. At first, he was angry and then he went back to me that same night to embrace me and tell me, Sanya, I will always support you and I will never give up on you. No, so yun yung mga masakit. But of course, in the middle, medyo nagkakaroon kami ng konting clashes because of some things. But the time that I was about to give birth, my whole family was there with me. No, and also my boyfriend at the time, wala yung parents niya nga nasa Japan, but he was there with me. And also the funny thing is, if I had 3 aunts who were also there. Kasi medyo close kami ng
So may support
spy side.
system ka.
Yeah, they were all there helping
how,
me.
How did they treat your boyfriend? Were
Okay
they
naman.
okay naman?
Yeah. At first, my dad wasn't, because we decided not to get married. We felt we were too young. So that was one of the clash that we had with my dad, because ayaw namin magpakasal at that time. So we felt na we were too young na after college na. So the last trimester ko, hindi kami nagpapansinan with my dad and with my boyfriend, no? Kasi nga,
Kasi
he wanted us to get
He wanted
he wanted us to get married. Save face, parang ganun siguro. Save face, no. So, pero when my son Michael came out, wala na, bati na ulit.
Siyempre iba yung apo. What about you, Emelyn? The father of your child, was he your boyfriend? Sinamahan ka ba niya sa pregnancy mo, sa panganganak mo?
Okay. During that time, I went out of the house.
Oh,
when I
umalis
tell my
ka ng
parents.
bahay mo.
Umalis, oo. Kasi I
adult
made
ka
the
na
promise.
27.
Yes. And also, I made a promise to my parents na if anything, kasi madaming kwento noon na, di ba, teenage pregnancies were the current trend during my time.
To this day.
And then they were saying na, pag nag-start, because I started working when I was just 17 years old.
Okay.
And they were all telling me na wala, mag-aasawa yan ng maaga, mabubuntis siya ng maaga, hindi niya matatapos yung pag-aaral niya.
May mga ganong salita kang narinig?
Relatives. Relatives siya, relatives. So,
where were they coming from?
Well, because siguro more than a couple, 3 or 4 cousins of mine who went out and made parang had that teenage pregnancy. So parang they were saying na it will happen to me as also.
So umalis ka ng bahay?
Okay. Yes.
Sinong kasama mo na? Kasi pregnancy can be difficult.
Yes. I lived naman with my aunt who's a cousin of my mom.
Okay.
So tinanggap naman niya ako, and then I told her na ganito ang sitwasyon, ganyan. Sabi niya, okay, sabi niya ganyan sa akin. As long as you're as long as you're safe and you feel safe here, then you're okay. So I will
So
support
tell
you.
us, Emelyn and Mitzi, how did you manage raising your child on your own?
Oh, it's difficult. It's very difficult because during that time, I am the eldest of 7 kids. So parang alam mo yun, yung parang lahat burden, because I was a breadwinner during that time.
Okay.
So parang everything is on my shoulders, parang ganun. And then I have a kid.
Right.
Iyak ako.
So kahit umalis ka ng bahay nyo, you were supporting your family still?
Yes.
What about you, Mitzi? How did you manage raising your child?
It's a good thing I had my parents with me, no, to help me, especially pagbalik ko na sa school. No? So we're there almost the whole, more than half a day. And then when you get home, syempre, you need help really to take care. So, mom ko pa naman ay yaya. So, siya talaga who practically raised my son. No? So, the difficult part is when you get home, you're tired from school. So, nandun siya sa may legs ko, nag-aaral ako habang nagpapatulog ka ng baby, no?
Right.
So, it was quite difficult, especially I didn't live with the father of my son. So, he only comes also to visit. And,
nagdadalaw-dalaw
lang. Yeah. So, because we didn't get married nga, diba? So, dalaw-dalaw lang siya, no? And may dalaw na, nag-aalaga ka pa, nag-aaral ka pa, diba? Because it was difficult. And unfortunately, we didn't end up together. So after a year, we also had to part ways. Buti na lang we didn't get married.
Looking back now.
Buti na lang.
So Emelyn and Mitzi, what will you tell your younger self? You, Emelyn, what will you tell your 25, 26, 27-year-old self? And you, Mitzi, your 16, 17-year-old self?
Ako
Emelyn.
siguro, I will tell myself na yung be careful, and sabi nga tawag dito, there were no regrets, all right? It's just that looking back, parang pwede namang hindi mangyari, di ba? Kung
Pwede naman.
iniwasan, pwede namang, kasi it still is your choice. It still is your choice. But definitely during that time, I made the wrong choice. But now at this point, I would say it's not the wrong choice. Because I guess,
Because you have your son.
yes.
What about you, Mitzi? What will you tell your co-ed self?
Well, I would tell myself, wait. Di
To
ba?
wait.
Wait muna, no?
Right.
I would say that I'd like to blame age, really, of what happened to me, no? Age and at that time, syempre, immature ka pa talaga eh, no?
Right.
And when you're in a situation that there's so much emotions involved, nakakalimutan mo about those things eh, no? So I would tell myself to wait. But just like Emily, sabi ko nga, I regret that I got pregnant too early, but I don't regret having my son.
Yes. What are your greatest joy and also your greatest fears as a single mother?
Ako siguro, greatest fear during the rearing up age of my kid is yung baka madapa rin siya katulad ko. That's why open communication was the key, no? I was telling him whatever happened, so he knows exactly what happened to me and his father. And I even asked him nga kasi during his teenage years, yung medyo uso na yung social media. And I asked him if he's gonna look for his dad. And then he said, "Why will I? Why will I?"
So
Because
hindi niya kilala ang daddy niya.
nakilala niya until he was about 4 or 5 years old.
But
And
his adult self.
wala na. After that time, wala na. Pero kasi during those growing up years, I made sure that he will not parang disown his dad. I always tell him na wherever your dad is, he loves you. Remember that. So until now, yung pa rin naman ang alam niya. Mahal pa rin siya ng tatay niya. Oo.
Okay.
So,
Mitzi,
yun.
your greatest joys and your biggest fears.
Well, the biggest fear came when I was younger pa, and yung point na pag tinanong niya na ako, what happened? Diba? So yun yung pinaka-fear mo. Well, how do you explain na you got pregnant out of wedlock? Diba? And when you want to keep the values grow up for your child, diba? Parang how do you explain that na ang alam nila when in school is that you get married first before having your children, diba? So how do you explain that? So that was the fear that I had. And then later on, when he found out, that was the time that my boyfriend got married na rin to somebody else. He was blaming me. Sabi niya, it's your... Sabi ko, no, you don't understand. You have to explain everything. No? Parang kasama, sabi pa niya, why did you divorce my father? So, paano ko ngayon explain na hindi naman kami nagpakasal? So, ngayon lalabas na sinful ako. So, it was really...
You have to confess your
diba?
Vulnerability.
Diba? Ang hirap. That was my fear before. But eventually, when you explain everything, you be truthful to your kids, they will understand eh. Kasi lalo mong tinatago, lalong they'll think something else. So better that they hear it from you directly, no? So that was my fear. And my greatest joy was able to see him graduate. Diba? So after all your hard work, so after college kasi, ayan na, I had to be on my own. I had to raise him on my own. Make a little help from the family of the father's side, but everything else was me. So they only helped me with tuition, that's it. No? So everything else was me. And I'm grateful for that naman, but it's still the hard work of raising a child eh. Diba? Yun yung pinakamahirap. It's not financial, but really raising a child, yun yung difficult part. So when he finally graduated, ay.
Ang sarap. Emelyn, hindi mo yata na-share, Emelyn, yung biggest joys mo.
My biggest joy is the same with Mitzi, no? The difference with Mitzi is that I never had a financial support. So I did it on my own talaga. And yun yung pinaka-greatest achievement ko talaga as a mom. So
ikaw talaga ang nagpaaral sa anak mo.
Totally ako. So he graduated BSN. So he's now working in Makati Med in the laboratory section. So that's my greatest achievement.
I can imagine. So I do know that both of you are very active in our community, in our parish. So what role does your faith play in your life as a single mom?
Ako siguro, sabi ko nga, ever since it started, parang somebody is with me, no? Because, yun, yung bang malaman mo na you're pregnant before the X-ray came in, di ba? Before that, so that's a blessing already. Nothing
Oo
happened to
nga.
you, di ba?
Yes, oo.
Yes, oo. Tapos, after that, hindi ko alam kung paano sasabihin doon sa future employer ko of my situation, di ba? Pero
Right.
lo and behold, she said na, it's okay, report to work. As long as you were okay, then we're fine. And then, yun nga lang, sabi niya, medyo siguro, ano muna natin, parang trial for 3 months, and then, let's see if I'll give you the permanency after that. So, on my 3rd month, I was able to be permanent in the job. So, ang daming blessings na hindi ko alam, pero alam ko na there's somebody who's really guiding me on that. So, I'm so grateful.
Mitzi, what role does your faith, your being this community play in your life as a single mom?
It's not just being a single mom in general, Rita, but actually joining the community, which as you know, I'm parang one of the newest in the community. Pa 10
Yes.
years pa lang ako, no? So, being part of a community really helped me with my faith, growing in my faith. You have people of like mind who would be able to guide you and support you. If not financially, spiritually, and emotionally, and mentally. Because you have other people who you can lean on, other people that you can talk to if you have concerns, especially if it's a concern with your household, with your work. So there are other people that can help you growing more in your faith. No, so I really am happy that I was welcomed in the Merville community.
Both of you, no?
Right.
All of us are in that community.
Yes.
So for both of you, any final message to young girls out there and to single moms also? Single parents, maybe kahit mga single dads also. Anong message nyo? Final message.
Okay. For me siguro, for now, at this present time, I would say for single moms, just be strong, draw strength from God, because He will not really abandon you. And for now kasi it's accepted, no? Hindi katulad nung panahon namin na alam mo yun, natin. Noong panahon dati, hindi ka tanggap-tanggap, di ba? Pero ngayon kasi it's easier. And there are a lot of organizations, the church can help you, no? You can draw, tawag dito, counseling. You can ask for counseling if you need one. So they can really guide you. And I guess a lot of organizations are available right now at this time who can really give you that strength, that feeling of being taken care of.
That's nice. What about the young girls?
Yeah, so don't be like me. Kung hindi ka nangyayari, don't be like me. Okay, so yeah, for those who are in their teens or even young adults, no, of course, time and time again, it's really best to wait and to get married first with somebody you truly and deeply love, somebody who also shares your faith before anything else. No, because one mistake like that is a lifetime of what they call this. It can be a little bit burdensome. No,
Right.
so it's better really to wait. And for what's the other question, Rita? I forgot.
What about your message for all single parents out there?
For all single parents. So, if it finally happens, and it does happen that you are caught in that situation, maraming counseling no? So there's one organization that I do support also. It's called Grace to be Born. Nag-plug.
Right. Grace to be Born. Okay.
Yeah,
What is this
it's for
organization?
It's for unwed mothers that they take in unwed mothers and they help take in these women who have been rejected by their families, no? So I send a little occasionally to help. And there's also another, or of course, yung orphanages naman of those who finally give up their kids, no? So, but if for those who when it finally happens, as I said, you find yourself in that situation, maraming malalapitan eh. No, so and of course the first one to approach is the Lord. Just trust in Him, surrender everything to Him. He will always find a way for you if you feel everything's coming down. But just trusting in Him will lead you to the right path.
I say amen to that. And so
Amen.
thank you. Thank you so much,
Thank
Emelyn
you.
and Mitzi, for
Thank
your
you.
time, for sharing
Thank
your
you.
life, for sharing your life in my program. Thank you so much, and
Sure.
may God bless you.
God bless
Thank you,
you too.
Rita.
Thank
you,
you.
Mitzi.
Thank you, everyone.
Waiting is a virtue. It is good to wait. But when it finally happens, there is community, and most of all, there is God who will never leave you alone. This is Rita Dayrit reminding you today, haba-habaan po ang pasensya sapagkat ang buhay parang life.